Good morning. Oh, maybe it's afternoon now that I think about it. It is 12:15. So it's not good morning, it's good afternoon. And today I'm going to get on with the video where I'm going to show you how I'm going to make my Calendula Salve. My daughter requested that I print out the spelling on some things. So when I do my editing, I will try to remember to write out Calendula Salve and to write out the ingredients on the screen as well as in the description so that you know exactly what I'm doing. This is the first time I've ever done it. So I am learning how to do this right along with anyone that's watching me learning how to do it. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is get a drink of my coffee. Well, the next thing I'm going to do, I need to take my calendula out of the oil so that I have just the oil. I only need 1 cup of it. So I have here, this holds 2 cups actually. So I'm going to get enough out of here just to fill up 1 cup. So I'm going to do, here's how I'm going to do that. I have some cheesecloth, and I'm going to cut a piece that is big enough to fit. I'm going to fit it down inside this so that, like so. And I'll cut this piece off here so that, now this is a couple of thicknesses because I'm not going to unwrap it, but that's okay. That make sure that I don't have anything in there that I don't really want. So here I go. Like I said, this is my first time doing this. And this has been sitting, I didn't write down on it, so I don't know how long it's been sitting, but it's been a while. Oh, yeah. Okay. I didn't know exactly how much color would be in the oil, but I'm pleasantly surprised. Okay, I think I got just about the right amount there. You look. Actually, I have a tad more than a cup. But I'm going to take this out and squeeze it down in here so they've got all the oil out of that. And it's okay if I have a little more than a cup there because this isn't the container that I'm going to actually use when I'm working with this. I'm going to set this back down inside my jar here and just move that over out of my way for now. I'll put this lid back on it just to kind of keep it clean. I'll take care of, I need to put more oil in there. I think I can use that same calendula that's in there and just put more oil in it to keep that kind of going. And I need to wipe my hands off because I have oil in my hands. But here's what I was majorly impressed with. Look at the beautiful color of that oil. Isn't that gorgeous? Wow, I am really impressed. Okay, now I have to find a container that will hold my 1 cup of calendula, which is oil, which is just a little bit less than what I've got here, and 1 of these beeswax. This beeswax is going to melt, and I have to have a double boiler so that it doesn't get too hot, because if it gets too hot, it will lose its not nutritional for eating, but its value for what I'm making it for. So it just needs to be hot enough to warm the oil and melt the beeswax. And that needs to be done in a double boiler. So I will be right back when I get that ready. Okay, I have a pan, and then I'm just going to set this jar down gently in here. This now is exactly 1 cup. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer this to that. That's good. And put this down in here. And this is exactly 1 ounce. And it's going to go down inside there. So I've got that. And I'm just going to heat it until the wax melts. Okay, so let me bring you over here so you can watch. And I'm going to use a chopstick to do any stirring that I might need to do. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the burner on. And this is going to kind of be a bit of a slow process. Well, I'm trying to get it so you can see. There we go, so you can see inside. So it will be very boring for you to stand here and watch while that gets melted. While that's heating up, I'm going to get my little tins ready. I think I'll need about maybe 4 of them. I think I might take a knife, one that I don't generally use. I think I've got one in here somewhere. Not in that drawer. I have to go back over on the other side. Yeah, so you can see me. Cut that out small. Okay. The other thing I'm going to do, this is optional. There are a couple of things that are optional when you're doing this. Some people also add a couple of spoonfuls of shea butter. Well, I don't have any shea butter, so I'm not going to do that. But you can also add a little bit of fragrance. Lavender is what I have. So, it smells good. Lavender is what I'm going to put in. Just a couple of drops. Okay, that was 3 drops actually. So a little bit goes a long ways with essential oils. So I'll keep stirring this. My burner's turned off, but the water is nice and hot, and my beeswax I put into smaller little chunks, so it should melt a little faster. It's taken it a while to melt, so like I said, there's no need for you to stand here and watch it melt. That will take a long time. But I'll come back and show you when it gets closer to being done. All right. It looks like we're all melted here. Being the impatient person that I am, I did use the double boiler, but I also used the microwave a little bit, just in short, bitsy little spurts, so that I wasn't really cooking it, I just was helping it along, and that did seem to hasten the melting of the beeswax. And then I'd sit it back in the double boiler, and now it's all melted down. So I'm going to start putting it in the little containers. That's hot, so I need to find something there to keep my hands from burning. And we'll start pouring here. Well, I can't get the camera so that you can exactly see everything I'm doing here without holding this up. And that's a little awkward, so let's pour a little bit more in that one. There we go. Okay, that's 3. 4. That metal's kind of warm, so I am going to get more than 4. It's a good thing I got more out. And I can put a little bit more in this one. Just a second here. A little bit more. Yep, okay, good. That one too. Okay, so then this one. All right. Looks like I actually am getting 5. 5 of the little tins. And then I will save this particular jar for when I make more, because it will kind of a waxy residue in it. So there are my 5 little tins. And the one that has the least amount in it, it looks like it's starting to set up a little faster. That's understandable. And let's actually, I can get it. No, I guess I can't. I was going to say that looks like there's a little bit more in the bottom, but it's set up already. So there we go. Those will set up. And my next task then, while those are setting up, let me put you back over here on the stand. I can get my avocados. And doing this over here, my next task while I'm waiting for those to set up then is to label the lids of the ones. I only need 5 labels here. Move that out of the way. Okay, so I'm going to take these and just set them with the tops down. 4, 5. And then I'll take my labels, and there we go. Just pull that right off, and that goes right in the middle. Oh yeah, that's gonna be fine. Would have been nice to have pretty flowers or something on that. Maybe I can draw them on there. That way each one will be different. Okay, so this is what this looks like. Okay. And so our task right now is just to wait for that to set up. And then we will be done, except for me drawing on those so that they're pretty. Oh, like 2 more labels to put on there. I'll do this one up here where you can see what I'm doing. It just goes right on the middle of the lid. And one more. Okay, and those are ready except for me prettying them up. So I have colored pencils. I think I'll do that with colored pencils. I don't have any colored markers, just colored pencils, but colored pencils will work. Okay, the oil was down to about here, so I refilled that with oil, and we'll set that to do some more infusing. But that was pretty good. And of course this oil will be weaker until it sits for a while, which won't hurt it any at all. And I've got what, 2, 3, 4, I think 4 other jars. So now that I've done this once, I kind of know how to do it, and we'll be going from there. Okay, I'm going to draw some flowers here. And so we've got the stems on there, and I'm going to put yellow, and orange. This is kind of a... Okay, my camera decided to quit working. It says my storage is full, so I had to go in and delete some things that I'd had in there for a while. But these are my lids that I got made, and these are like... Well, that stopped kind of abruptly. I'm having to do some maintenance on my phone here. It kept telling me that I was out of data space, and I deleted a whole bunch of pictures and videos, and it still kept telling me I was out of space. So I went in and deleted the cache and a lot of my apps, and we'll see what happens, but it's letting me record right at the moment. Anyway, that was my video on how to make Calendula Salve. And if I do say so, I'm kind of proud of myself that I got that done, and it was really quite easy. And I will be making a lot more, but I won't need to make videos of more. I just needed to make the video of the very first one I ever tried, and it was successful. So I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye for today, and I just really felt like even though that was so easy, I feel like I accomplished a lot. The only hard part was working with my silly phone, because I do not know why I ran out of data space on my phone. It's a relatively new phone, and who knows? And I was going to transfer some of the files over to my computer, but I'm going to have to get a cord that's out in the car that has a USB on one end of it, because the cords that I have in here don't have USB on the end. Well, the one that doesn't fit in this particular phone. So I will be taking care of moving some of those. I think the ones that I put in the trash, I think I really would prefer to move them over to my computer. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button. It helps a lot when you hit the like button, and make comments. So I really enjoy the comments. And all the time I'm making videos, I think there's only one comment that I ever had to push a down thumb and just ended up deleting, because it's off the wall weird. That happens sometimes. But everybody else's comments are wonderful, and when I can, I respond. At the minimum, I hit like and love and on them when you make a comment. So I will see you in the next video. I'm not quite sure at this moment what it's going to be about, but you'll find out when the time comes. So may the good Lord richly bless you until next time. Well, even past that.